Alright, welcome to The Point Reviews, where I get to the point. So today, I'm doing a review on this Harbor Freight fold-up trailer. This is the smaller version that they make. They make a heavier duty version that can hold more weight. But I think this one is rated for like 1,100 pounds. I actually got this thing free from a friend of mine. He called me up, said it was in a shed. He was moving, so I said I'd take it. And I will go ahead and tell you guys now. This is not something that I would personally buy. The instructions were absolute garbage, but the pictures is what I went by, and the pictures were pretty decent. So, but as far as them explaining what to do, you might as well just not even bother and just go off the pictures. So the wiring wasn't that bad. It did take some adjusting to figure out like where I need the wiring loose, like right here. You can see it's sticking out. The reason why is because when you fold this over, which I'll go ahead and do, you actually need more room so this wire isn't tight. So now you see the wire is actually like it should be, nice and tucked up underneath there. But whenever you fold it down, you know, the wire becomes loose. So it took a little bit of adjusting for the wire, and the only thing that you need to do before it's roadworthy is actually you need to put a bolt right down in there and right in here, and you have to do the same thing on the other side, but you know, once you put those bolts in, then it won't fold up anymore. So you just have to do that before it's roadworthy. And the tongue, all you have to do here is put these pins in, and that's pretty much it. And you do have to have the wires loose right here, so when the tongue actually folds down, it doesn't rip the wiring. Which actually, I think what I'm going to do is, you see how the wire is all flopping around? I think what I'll do is actually tuck the wire up in here behind this pin so the wire doesn't fall down. I think if you did that, you wouldn't have a problem. But yeah, like I said, this isn't something that I would personally buy. It does have a 1 7/8 ball on the hitch. It's the smallest one they make for all trailers in general. And it has a 4-pin plug. You can buy an adapter if you have the 7-pin. It does come with these 2x4 stake pockets, so I guess it'd be good for like hauling brush or something if you put a sheet of plywood, put some stakes on it, or even use it for garbage, you know, whatever. But I was actually thinking this thing would probably be a good kayak trailer, or even maybe if you're just starting your landscaping business, maybe you could build some ramps and ride your rod and mower up here. You know, I think that'd be this would be probably a good trailer just to start out a business. But the tires, I think the tires are only rated for like 55 miles an hour. So, you know, I don't know about taking this thing on the interstate or anything. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. I actually towed this thing around with my truck, and this thing was making more racket than a dump truck full of metal. I ain't gonna lie. It was making all kinds of racket. And that is with the bolts in there, obviously, because otherwise this back end would be flopping all around. And I actually did have my backup camera on the entire time, kind of watching it, just to see if it was like swaying back and forth, which it wasn't, but I'm pretty sure it got airborne a couple times. And that's probably because it's you know, there's nothing on it. There's no boards down, there's no floor or anything, and there's nothing on top of it. So I think if you put, you know, a couple 100 pounds on here, it wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, as far as interstate driving, it's definitely out the question, at least for me, because any interstate around my area, you know, 65, 75, and you don't want to be that person doing, you know, 10 or 20 miles an hour under the speed limit. So that would suck. People honking at you and getting pissed. So yeah, but as far as like just having it to putt around town with, I think that'd be fine. Me personally, I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to sell it. it does come with a what is it called? A certificate of origin, and that's what you take to DMV to get it titled and all that kind of mess. But one other problem that I ran into was whenever I did the wiring, the trailer lights, I actually had to grind. I forgot actually where. It's somewhere over here. I had to grind the metal down. I think it was a ground issue, but yeah, I had to mess around with that because the lights were blinking real weird. And other than that, that actually took a little bit to figure out why it was doing that. But other than that, I didn't have an issue. Whenever it's folded up, you know, it rolls around fine. At least on this garage floor it does. But it is a 4-lug. And like I said, putting it together, it wasn't that bad. Just the instructions suck. You know, so you kind of have to go by the pictures. But anyway, all you do, and there's no way I can definitely do this with one hand. So all you do is you fold it over like that. And it does come with a license plate bracket right here. And you just basically unpin it. Just take these out. You do the same thing on the other side. And you just basically walk it forward. And this is what it looks like folded up. One thing you want to do, get you a bungee cord this thing together, because without it, this back end will fall down on the ground. You definitely don't want to smash anybody in the head with this thing. And it rolls around pretty easy, at least on this concrete floor anyway. So yeah, pretty simple, not much to it. So peace out.